We have less than a week left, and they gave us a filler episode tonight. Episode 30, full recap from start to finish. If you haven't watched yet, save this and come back after you watch. Corbin and Parmita just got dumped, and now Kata and Zach are talking about being at the bottom. Kata is wondering how they could be at the bottom, but newer couples like Casey and TT were voted higher than them. She's also wondering, how did Sincere do better than us after everybody watched movie night? And Zach is chiming in like, well, they are all really strong couples, but maybe America is seeing something about me. Very self-aware of him, because that's exactly why. Dylan and Kenzie are very grateful to win the immunity so that they were saved, because they feel like they definitely would have been one of the bottom couples because they're newer. Casey and TT talk about how shocked they were for being one of the top couples, and I will say I'm not a fan of Casey, but they are truly a compatible couple. I mean, TT had his back the moment they came back to the villa. Sincere and Melanie are also shocked that they were one of the top couples as well. Sincere is like, maybe they see that we're such a compatible couple. No, they're doing it to save Melanie. Zach is moping in the bedroom waiting for someone to discover him, and in comes Bryce. Kata and Trinity are talking about how they're confused that Kata and Zach were at the bottom. Zach and Bryce are talking. Zach is very down because he feels America hates him, and he's trying to figure out why. He feels that it's his behavior at Casa Amor about how he wasn't fully honest about Alana being kicked off versus him choosing Kata over Alana. It's the next morning. The girls are talking about the vote off from the night before, and Kata is really in her feels because she feels like America hates her. She deadass thinks that people voted for her and Zach because of her attitude, like nothing to do with him at all. Kenzie is talking to the girls, and she said, guys, if Dylan and I didn't win immunity, do you think we would have been at the bottom? And do you think we would have been sent home? And everyone is crickets. And Melanie changes the subject, and she's like, let's not talk about that right now. You're here, and that's all that matters. Dylan is talking to Carl, wondering why he and Kenzie are consistently at the bottom when America votes. He feels, there must be something they're seeing that I'm not, and it must be her because I haven't done anything. He thinks it's because she keeps changing connections. He also feels like she was dishonest to the guys as well as she was exploring the connections. And he's not wrong, but I think he's forgetting that he's also new here, and the public is also sus about him. The girls get a text, but they cannot share it because it's actually a secret mission for them to do only. It's a bunch of challenges that they need to do. So for example, they need to get all the boys to say the word French fries. They need to get 2 boys to give them a back rub at the same time. They need to get a boy to give them a kiss on the cheek in the photo booth. Just a bunch of things. And the girls split up the challenge, and everyone takes one at a time. So Trinity gets every single boy to say French fries. TT was able to get Dylan and Carl to give her a kiss on the cheek in the photo booth. And when the girls are done with every challenge, they're giving a little signal to the rest of the girls that they've completed it. Melanie gets Sincere to bring her back a drink 3 times. Anaya gets Casey to help her find something she didn't lose. Kenzie gets Carl and Dylan to give her a back rub at the same time. Kata gets Bryce to do her makeup, and the last challenge is getting every single boy to jump in the pool. And did we need this to take up half of the episode? No, but I mean, it was cute girlhood. Kata and TT are talking about the vote off, and TT is just apologizing that obviously they had to vote for Corbin and Parmita because that's her Casa girl. And Kata's like, don't worry girl, no hard feelings. They also talked about the fact that they were both surprised that Casey and TT was voted for a top couple. Zach and Sinister are talking about how they want to make things exclusive with their women, but they don't want to use the term girlfriend boyfriend yet. Zach said that term is a lot, okay? He hasn't had a girlfriend in 3 years. I mean, it's not like they're here secluded from the world, stuck with each other, continuously with each other 24/7, had sex already. Yeah, it's not like they've done any of that. Oh, it's also not like he's said I love you to her multiple times and then taken it back as a joke. Kenzie and Dylan are talking about the conversation that he had with Carl, and Kenzie is offended that Dylan is questioning why they're constantly at the bottom. She's offended that he's insinuating it's her that's the problem, and America is seeing something that's the opposite of what they think they are. She's getting defensive because she's offended that he's insinuating she's the problem. She goes to vent to the girls, and she's like, I don't know what I could do more to show this man that it's all about him and I only want him. Melanie is talking to Sincere, and she's wondering what they're going to be outside of this villa and how that would work out with their connection. And this man says, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to one day be my fiance. I want you to be my wife and the future mother of my children. This guy is truly every toxic situationship ever. Dylan is venting to Zach about how the conversation with Kenzie didn't go well because she was really defensive, and he's like, you just need to go back there and tell her how you feel. And he cries. And I'm all for a man showing emotions. There's just something that seems really sus about him. Maybe this is a hot take, but something about him just seems so hyper aware of the show, his actions, everything, and it just all seems so calculated. Zach and Kata are talking, and they are talking about what they're going to be outside of this villa. Zach said, listen, I can't use the term boyfriend and girlfriend yet, but I want us to exclusively date each other. So outside of here, I'm only gonna date you, no other girls, and I want you to only date me, no other men. And she is elated over this. Dylan pulls Kenzie to talk about all of this again. He just keeps insinuating, like, clearly America is seeing something about you. Maybe it's the lies that you're telling. He's like, maybe you're saying the exact same thing to all these other guys. And she's like, I told you that I want you to come back home with me and meet my parents, and I have literally never said that to anyone. And he goes, no, actually, like, I watched the episodes. You said that to Caleb, and you didn't even like him. And I fear he was correct about that, because I remembered Kenzie and Caleb talking about how they were going to have farms with like pigs and stuff. And you can tell she was also thinking about what she said to Caleb. Meanwhile, the other couples are watching their body language and seeing how long they've talking to each other. And Kata was like, okay, at this point, it's like beating a dead horse. And yes, I agree. And at this point, Kenzie is just like, I am so frustrated. Like, I don't know what I could say to move on from this. I don't know what I could say or do to make you feel better about us. And she says, if you don't trust me and you don't trust like this connection, then me and you are not going to work out. And during this conversation, he almost cries again. So Kenzie is just like, you either trust me or you don't. Like, I don't know what else I can do to make you trust me. And that's tonight's episode. If you guys made it this far, you're a real one. Leave a horse emoji in the comments, because we're beating a dead horse. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow night with another recap.